The South African Post Office continues to face a multitude of challenges such as financial distress, service backlogs, and logistical failures. Private courier services have capitalized on this and have since taken a lion's share of the post office business. The Independent Communications Authority of South Africa drafted regulations to better improve postal services in the country. The regulations propose a framework to ensure a higher standard for mail services in South Africa, while also providing South Africans with better service and other options.
SAPO is on the verge of collapse, and it's not unclear how long the entity will keep on delivering courier and other postal services. It will therefore be prudent for the authority to work closely with the Department of Communications and Digital Technologies to come up with solutions that will rescue SAPO from closing down. I think we have just noticed with sadness the turning down of the requested 3.8 billion from Treasury. But we hope maybe with the further engagement and collaboration from ICASA, the department, and the rescue team, something will come up. The inquiry results lay a foundation for the repealing of regulations on the Conveyance of Mail, 2009, to modernize and streamline the regulatory framework governing mail transportation and aligning it with evolving industry practices and technological advancements.
The regulations provide guidelines for companies conveying mail on how to establish standards for packaging, delivery times, and compensation for lost and damaged mail. However, the South African Express Parcel Association says that the e-commerce and competition in the market, other challenges have emerged, such as the high rate of hijackings and robberies.
Now, e-commerce makes up roughly about 4.5% of total retail sales, and the growth rate, again off a low base, the growth rate is around about 20 to 30%, depending on which organization you talk to. But the advent of e-commerce meant that almost every courier vehicle now carried something that was attractive. And bear in mind, for criminals to break into a vehicle, and it's risky, to break into a vehicle or to hijack a vehicle, there must be a market for the commodity that they are stealing. There must be a market for it. They need to sell it. So previously, if you were carrying cell phones or carrying computer equipment or carrying tobacco, there was a definite market on every street corner for that kind of product. And so they were targeted. Now comes e-commerce, and every vehicle is carrying articles which are marketable. Their clothing, their electronic devices, etc. And so they've all become a target. But most of them are not hijackings. Most of them are armed robberies, and that's classified differently, and that will also skew statistics.
CAP recommends that due to the high levels of theft and hijackings, mail conveyance companies should work closely with the law enforcement agencies, as disaster management and business continuity plan at a company level cannot be adequate to address this issue. It has also pointed out an issue of the hiring of illegal foreigners, which has negatively affected the employment of South Africans. The panel has urged companies to work with the Department of Labor and Employment, Department of Home Affairs, as well as the law enforcement that have already started the work of clamping down on illegal employment in the country. Nothando Makutulela, SABC News, Johannesburg.